Alright, deep breath. This one's gonna hurt some feelings, so let me just rip the band-aid off. The Dark Knight is overrated. There, I said it. It's not a bad movie. Not even close. But the way people talk about it, you'd think it cured cinema and ended world hunger. It's time we stop treating The Dark Knight like it's the gold standard of storytelling. Because if you really look at it, there are cracks in that bad armor. And the last point I make in this video is the most important one, so make sure you stick around. Before Gotham burns down my comment section, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a comment with what movie or show I should break down next. This is director Ammar Hejazi, and today we're diving into the Batcave to ask the one question no fanboy wants to hear. Is this movie really as good as you remember? I get it. It's Batman. You're supposed to suspend disbelief. But even in the world of comic books, some of this movie's logic just doesn't hold up. The Joker gets arrested, jailed, interrogated, and then just blows up the police station and escapes. With zero contingency from Batman or Gordon, he times 2 separate bombs on 2 different ferries to the minute, while also disguising himself as a nurse, kidnapping Harvey Dent, wiring explosives into a hospital, and escaping in a school bus. Is he a criminal mastermind or a time-traveling octopus? The movie gives him infinite power because it's convenient, not because it makes sense. And that's not great writing. That's plot armor dressed as chaos. This movie is serious. Like, you can't even smile during the credits, serious. It wants you to believe a billionaire dressed as a bat is a deep philosophical symbol of justice versus anarchy. But also, he talks like he's gargling gravel and punching clowns in a parking garage. The tone is so grim it forgets it's a comic book movie. Now compare that to Batman Begins, which at least had some balance, or even The Batman 2022, which leans into noir. The Dark Knight wants to be Michael Mann's Heat, but with a guy in a cape doing a voice impression of a lawnmower. Look, Heath Ledger, incredible. No argument there. He absolutely carried this movie with a Joker performance that deserves all the praise. But after him, the characters start to fall apart. Harvey Dent's transformation into Two-Face feels rushed. One moment, he's Gotham's White Knight, and 15 minutes later, he's flipping coins and threatening kids. Rachel Dawes? Pure plot device. She's there to get blown up and give Bruce another reason to brood. And Bruce Wayne himself, weirdly passive. Batman is reacting the whole movie, not leading. He doesn't outsmart the Joker, he just kind of survives him. For a movie about Batman, Batman's surprisingly not the most interesting part. Fans act like The Dark Knight is philosophy 101 in IMAX. You'll hear it explores chaos versus order, the morality of justice, the cost of heroism. Sure, it touches on those themes, but it never dives deep. It presents ideas, then slaps some action on top and calls it profound. Remember that ferry scene? It's supposed to be this tense moral dilemma, but you already know neither boat's going to blow the other up. It's predictable, it's symbolic, but it's not bold. This isn't a character study, it's a blockbuster with just enough monologues to make people feel like they're watching something smarter than it is. Alright, here's what I promised at the start. The most important point, The Dark Knight's legacy is powered more by hype than by craft. It came out at the perfect time, post-Batman Begins, pre-Marvel explosion, and with a legendary performance by Heath Ledger that changed the way we viewed comic book villains. But that performance, it elevated the film. Without it, this might have just been another moody, slightly incoherent superhero flick. We remember the feeling of watching it more than we remember the movie itself, and over time that feeling turned into fanboy gospel. No criticism allowed, everything's iconic, every flaw intentional. But great films, truly great ones, hold up when you pull the nostalgia away. And when you do that to The Dark Knight, what's left is a good film, not a perfect one. So no, The Dark Knight isn't garbage. It's got amazing moments, a killer performance, and real ambition. But is it the untouchable masterpiece people claim it is? Not even close. This was director Ammar Hejazi, and if you made it this far, congratulations. You survived a video about The Dark Knight without flipping a coin or writing "Why so serious?" in the comments. Smash that like button. Tell me in the comments what sacred movie cow I should roast next, and don't forget to subscribe for more hot takes that Gotham probably doesn't deserve. Until next time, I'll be watching from the shadows, but with better logic.